Hello and welcome back to As an Aggregator. Today I want to take you on a playlist journey. But in order to highlight the playlist we would like to speak about, first I'd like to dive into a little bit of overall technique. So, what are we speaking about when we refer to a playlist we want to talk about specifically? Hey, we're citing one of our first AI playlists as we sort of unfolded our own personal opinions in terms of in the wake of ChatGPT, kind of the information that came through our YouTube hypergraph, information as relevant, information as useful. But in order to get there, I have to start with where we're at in terms of technique as a content curator. So, as a content curator, we think about playlists in three distinct modes. The first is an ASAP playlist. That means as soon as possible. Pretty much your standard bare bones playlist. Hey, I have a video, I want to put it into a playlist, etc, etc. That's number one. Number two is a category specific playlist. And we can find examples here. Soon we will publish videos related to viewing these playlists in specific ways. What do I mean by that? I mean, as a curator, we have found value in first being able to label playlists based on their sort by preference, meaning as a content curator and as a content creator, depending on where you're at, and even as a creator, even as a consumer, most playlists, when people think about playlists, it's a static playlist. Hey, I have a playlist where we're organizing videos. This video goes here, this video goes there, and then you publish it, and you pretty much just let it ride out, or you add videos sequentially, and either the videos end up at the bottom or the videos end up at the top. Most time when people think about playlists, they think about static playlists. As a content curator, I want to impress the importance of informing your consumers about how a playlist is structured. If it truly is a static playlist, you should let them know. For our work as a consumer, as a creator, as a curator, we have found value in changing the sort by date in order to provide a deeper, more contextual view of some of the content that we have access to, that we're speaking about. So in this case, we're saying, okay, well, we're talking about a playlist. What are you talking about? Here's a playlist. It's not an ASAP playlist. It's not a category specific playlist, and it's not a temporal playlist. An example of a temporal playlist might be something like on our playlist aggregator channel. Where is it at? Let's refresh. Go to something like here for Q1 2024. This is what I mean when I speak about a temporal playlist. This is an experimental playlist where for an entire quarter, specifically Q1 of 2024, we have added videos based on our subscriptions for that specific day, specifically Monday for Q1 2024. And then we did the same thing for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and also included that information for the weekend. Okay, so that's a temporal playlist, and we can go more in depth in another entry. But to double back, we're saying, okay, well, we're talking about playlists. We're talking about, okay, what does it mean to have a dynamic playlist? To have a dynamic playlist means to offer an ability in terms of YouTube as a cybernetic ecology to have the same playlist, right? As a consumer, as a creator, the same playlist and have an ability to sort that playlist that provides a contextual analysis for your consumers. So what do I mean? Well, we were talking about static playlists, just okay, I'm organizing it however I want, versus a dynamic playlist where you can actually go in and change the sort by date. Sometimes you want to change the sort by date to what we describe as a dynamic 1 playlist. That's a signal that it's sorted by most popular. Sometimes it is a dynamic 2B playlist. And that means it's sorted by, excuse me, what am I thinking about? Well, here, let's check this out for Culture Commentary 1. Okay, so this is a dynamic 1 playlist sorted by most popular. Now let's go to a dynamic 2 playlist. That means it's sorted by date published newest. So a dynamic 2B playlist would be date published oldest, right? That's how it would be sorted. So a dynamic 3A playlist would be date added newest. That's dynamic 3A. So dynamic 3B might be date added oldest. So that's a little bit of introductory material to speak about the playlist that we wanted to talk about specifically. And that is some of our first AI playlists, specifically our OpenAI and ChatGPT First Mover Quick Pick, and our AI Culture Commentary 2 Quick Pick. Now, the reason why we start in this context is we're saying, hey, okay, so how would you even find these playlists that we're talking about? Well, the first avenue is to check out our content, our playlist archive, if you will. This is the channel where we curate most of our content in terms of playlists, and then on the As an Aggregator channel, that's where we talk about it and we discuss it and we create content around these playlists. So if you check out this channel, you can find access to these playlists. Probably in the future going to do a video where we organize these playlists. These aren't necessarily organized for external consumption yet, and this is only a fraction of some of the content that we've curated over the past 5 years. So in order to begin, you say, okay, how do I find these playlists? Well, you can start at the channel level. This is the channel level. Check out at Mr. Pollock 890. It's a YouTube content creator for As an Aggregator. Check out the playlists there, or you can check it out through the search function. So you can search OpenAI and ChatGPT First Mover in parentheses 2 Pipes Quick Pick, and you'll find this playlist here. Let's see. I wonder if we have to. There are the filters. This is another video in and of itself to go into an important aspect of YouTube as a cybernetic ecology, to really empower yourself as a content consumer in terms of looking for content within the YouTube platform. You can also change the filter to playlist, and then you can check out the playlist. You can check out other content based on the search term. It's quite interesting. Hey, do we have 3 playlists? Actually, yeah, that's interesting. Oh wow, I totally forgot that we had I thought that this was the second playlist for this, so this is an interesting addition, right? Oh, and then just a little bit of what other type of content is available. Yeah, we have 3 playlists. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, so where are we at now? We're saying, well, this is how you find this content. Search AI Culture Commentary 1. Search AI Culture Commentary 2. The first one is AI Culture Commentary. It's a run-through plotline perspective. This is a quick pick. If you want to find more playlists that we curate, just use the suffix quick pick with or without quotes, and you should be able to find the content that we're speaking about. So this is how to find the playlist specifically. Now 10 minutes into the video, we're doubling back and we're saying, okay, well, what are we talking about specifically? Well, this is actually a carry forward from a specific video that we produced recently involving talking about on a prompt pattern catalog. So this is just a little bit of time spent to highlight this playlist within a specific context. We're only highlighting it based on date published oldest. So this is a dynamic playlist within a specific context. We're talking about a dynamic 2B playlist. So yeah, this is just a quick simple highlight just to take a look at some of the content, to what extent you might be able to find value in this as content, but also saying as a curator deploying experimental playlists, this is for all the consumers out there. To what extent do you find value in being able to consume this playlist in this context? I mean, in terms of a dynamic 2B playlist versus if it was sorted differently. Maybe you might find a preferential advantage as a consumer if it was sorted by most popular. Maybe you might find a preferential advantage if it was sorted by date published newest. Maybe you'd gain better insight into my intent as a curator in terms of if it was sorted by date added oldest. The first videos added up until the present versus date added newest, the most recent videos. Now, in terms of playlist theory for content consumers, deploying various playlist strategies, whether it's a ASAP playlist, a category specific playlist, or a temporal playlist, you can gain better insights into your consumption habits and patterns as a consumer by deploying a regular playlist, whatever type of playlist you construct. And then after about 50 videos, maybe after 100 videos, you can mess around with the sort by on the playlist to switch it up as a dynamic playlist. And you can ask yourself the question, hey, are we better served using a specific type of sort by in terms of how we seek to consume this content versus how we seek to share this content? So that's first and foremost for the consumers out there trying to analyze and understand the content that they're consuming, or based on how they're curating content for consumption, etc. And that's also for the creators out there. Sometimes you're saying, hey, what does it mean to deal with viewer retention? Are we supposed to do this? Are we supposed to do that? How do we curate our content? How do we package our content for our consumers in order for them to have a better experience? So you can learn that and you can explore that with your audience. It also provides an opportunity, a content marketing opportunity. One says, hey, there's always, times to do posts and stuff, but hey, 1 week, you might say, for one of your main playlists or a side experimental playlist, you might say, hey, well, hey, check out this playlist that we have. This week it's sorted by most popular. And then the next week you might change it. Okay, this week it's sorted by dates added oldest. Maybe you want to sort it by date published. Maybe this is culture commentary. Maybe this is your own personal internal content as a content creator. And again, as a curator, you want to get a sense of how this relates to your overall consume digest and what it means for you to package content for people as consumers, get access to the content that you curate. So let's check this out. So this is the second version. Let's go back to the first version since we forgot just how many. Wait. Check it out. And then which one was there? There was the large language model one. Actually, but yeah, that's not good. Oh no. Okay, so yeah, these are some of the other playlists on AI that we've curated over the years. And yeah, let me know. Sometimes we cycle through dynamic playlists just for the sake of cycling through. Other times we change, we switch it up. So if you would like to perceive one of these playlists in a different sort by in a different dynamic context, then let us know in the comments section or on the comments dash channel, and we will be happy to try to make a point of reference where we change the playlist sort by and inform you that we took that step so that we can receive feedback on how it changes your experience as a content consumer. So again, we're just scrolling through some of these playlists. This is a dynamic playlist sorted by date added newest. So that's a dynamic 3A playlist. Some of what we think of as technical grade content, various AI perspectives from the perspective of the techno optimists, a little bit of the AI doomers sprinkled in, a lot of different contexts in terms of generating and shaping a impression and an experience related to, well, how do you actually think about where we're at within a macro breakout cycle? Are you are you a techno optimist? Are you an AI doomer? Do you, is the, like, can we escape the alignment problem versus some level of yeah, I mean, it's fascinating to think about how people weigh and also project their expectations in terms of timeline mechanics based on anything that we could possibly know in the present moment. So definitely let us know. And this is one of our most more technically specific playlists. This is sorted by date added newest. So actually, let's scroll all the way to the bottom. Sometimes when we record playlist, it actually looks better. This is playlist theory for content curators and content creators. Sometimes when you're documenting playlists, it just looks better when you like scroll up, because that's what it looks like when like new videos are published through the subscription box. So it's just a point on YouTube as a cybernetic ecology. So yeah, check out some of these videos. This is really the core thesis of this channel. It's saying, hey, as a content consumer out there, we go through so much content, some content that we consume, some content that we don't consume, and it's meaningful and it's impactful within our life. So we'd like to share it with others to really try to be an edge, to try to include this content within your 1 degree of separation. For so long, a lot of people, they've been super segmented in terms of their filter bubble. Most people just have access to, their friends and families as a network and the YouTube algorithm, and that can create a lensing effect, etc. So when it comes to how we think about natural science and the onboarding of different aspects of technique, we really try to say, okay, well, in the wake of hypergraph theory, then what is the purpose of just a content creator and a content consumer? In the wake of hypergraph theory, what is the place of a content curator? And can we kind of provide value by offering titles and thumbnails that people otherwise wouldn't stumble across, otherwise wouldn't necessarily get access to within the specific context that it's being packaged, and really connecting consumers to valuable content? So that is our main mission, and that is our main goal at this channel. Okay, remember, the channel's name is As an Aggregator. We are one of YouTube's first professional content curators, and this is a channel designed around connecting consumers to content, one edge at a time, one playlist at a time, one LPPV at a time, one keyword at a time, one title, one thumbnail at a time. Connecting you to content, helping you out, making you less reliant on the algorithm as a whole, and hopefully showing the value of playlist theory in order to transform your life in terms of being a content consumer, in terms of passive content consumption, and being able to give you the tools necessary to transform your experience into an active content consumer. If you've appreciated this content and you'd like to see more, check out our playlist, our content creation outfit, our playlist, our channel. Check out our playlist archive channel. Check out As an Aggregator. And also, if you really enjoyed this specific video, or if you've enjoyed any of these playlists, don't forget to save the playlist to your library. That way, in one of the pillars, in one of the 7 pillars of YouTube, you can have a quicker 1 degree of separation to content as packaged. Remember, something as simple as a playlist. It begins with a title. As an aggregator, a content curation outfit.